Hello, my name is Anthony Wall. Wethersfield police have been presenting also with FBI and courts, people with the state judicial branch office and corrections offices. They've been planting fake phone transcripts. And Wethersfield police attached me to fake conversations with them as a kid and now as an adult. They have roles pretending that they have legitimate roles with unmarked police forms while work criminal enterprises in the areas. But they've been identity theft, fraud, slanders, and people acting tied to the ones putting predicate acts in databases, fake ties to fake natures of ties between kids on purpose. There's a Leahy family as one of the ones intercities involved with some sexual and medical offenders of kids, and they attach me to fake conversations with themselves, males and females with their family at Hartford Hospital, and they're not refused. They're not. I've been asking for a long time for someone to respond for them in writing. Increasingly, they have a Smith family involved with the Wethersfield town offices too, and foreign and domestic military involved with them, and a Kalal house, 88 Carroll Drive, is reportedly tied to a Phil Kalal. I don't know where Phil Kalal lives, but he was on my street. He's further. I saw him driving on a bike, swerving on a bike after one of the people who repeated one of the names that is involved with ongoing abuses of the kids between their campuses too. I'm watching you guys, and you know you're going to get caught because you're going to follow mandated law, but you're not following it. Two Mendez police are involved. Like they attached me to fake conversations with the older Mendez police at the Wethersfield Police Department, which was also a demonstration. He's involved with falsified police reports, plural, for the same arrest, and they've done this in the past. They put arrays of falsified police reports and they amend confessions to them, where they put a charge with no writing. Increasingly, these are people that are connected with overt criminal enterprises, private ones, and arrests intercities. Central Connecticut State University in the Britain, Connecticut, and all sides of it has roles with the intelligence next to Trinity College too, with the same house slash S and people tied to them from other areas who have roles with untimely deaths too. And the FBI and the police changing and faking digital evidences and hiding them. Like Facebook has roles with some untimely deaths that brought up the principal child abuser's campus to me, the principal Bean. And you guys hid what I recorded there. And I never got to speak. I never even got to tell people it. And they're changing and faking what I say online about it. They're hiding. They're looking and trying to hide and plot. In other words, you guys have obligations to get on paper one name and sequence and get those Mendez police out of the police department and get the New Britain Superior Court on paper with them. They have some rape threats and sequence shifts and other predicate acts involved, identity theft, fraud, slanders with some Mendez police and their educators involved with identity theft, putting fake ties between kids and area classes together, fake ties being issued ties, trying to make a fake exception real fast coming into my eighth grade class. Has something to do with the judicial branch offices, increasingly involved with predicate acts at other locations. Wethersfield Pizza House has wire crimes with New Britain's Central Connecticut State University and with the Wethersfield Police, and involved with the Stephen Stocko and his educators are also involved with people on my street involved with identity theft, fraud, slanders, with the police refusing to identify themselves, switching names, forging names. There's a bunch of people tied to a McGee who are also involved with Rocky Hill schools and the schools intercities further involved with more sexual and medical offenders of kids. And as the ones involved with the Wethersfield police faking phone conversations, transcripts, and fake transcripts, fake me being at the police station and speaking with them as a kid, now as an adult. WFSB also attached me to fake conversations with themselves and others and about the World Trade Center attack. A DeMoro family is one of the ones involved with the Mendez police, also with intercities, with next to the news locations, and with people involved with the World Trade Center attack, which is increasingly people involved with the state judicial branch offices and conjunctions to it, and conjunctions to that, involved with them with federal evidences crimes, identity theft, fraud, slanders, criminally foreign influence uses of all natures of investigations, investigators, and of location slash S everywhere. In other words, they even have other communicated still for the founding locations in Old Wethersfield than our founders communicated to have communicated for those locations. George Washington was counter extorted by James Madison and those behind him with his plan. and with the leverage that gave George Washington the ability to agree to help them and to use that plan. And that's why he came to Hartford and to Wethersfield, Connecticut, right before the last battle of the Revolutionary War. He had to counter-extort. That's why he had to leave slavery entrenched northern colonies and southern colonies, both. And there were more than 13 colonies entrenched. And so that breaching method was still entrenched right up through the Civil War. And still, it's recorded still. They have whole predicate acts methods recorded. Once you guys follow mandated law, the Constitution will get unabridged. Get me off the fake conversations with the police and with the courts, too. Get them on paper, one name and sequence now. Fake preachers, bow, prepare.